Open Stage would like to acknowledge the Susquehannock peoples, upon whose unceded land we produce this show. Open Stage commits to the work of dismantling the ongoing legacies of settler colonialism and the exclusions and erasures of many indigenous peoples that continue today. At Open Stage, we also believe that Black Lives Matter, and you should too. That belief starts with acknowledging plainly how the systems we depend on often operate as if they don't. We at Open Stage proudly stand united with Black people and communities of color during this movement of unrest and uprising. This show is brought to you by Open Stage, a professional theater company. Check out Open Stage's complete list of shows, all of which are offered completely free this season at openstagehbg.com. Thank you and enjoy the show.
Like life. All right.
I refuse to accept the view that mankind is so tragically bound to the starless midnight of racism and war.
And now give it up for the host of Black NewsBeat, Dr. Kimeka Campbell!
I did that twirl for you because I wanted you to see my dress. Shout out to Dianu. I am a style ambassador for Dianu, so if you buy anything from them, think of me. All right. Welcome to the Black NewsBeat. Yeah. It is a very special night because we are heading into our election season, our general election for our local seats and state seats. And so we have a lot coming up, and we have two candidates for elective office here tonight. So I'm really excited about that. Yeah. You're not as excited as me. Are you not super voters? Are you voting?
Of course.
Are you going to vote?
Yeah.
Okay, who's not voting? Can I convince you? Can I convince you to vote? Voting is one of the most important things you can do in our society, and there's a lot of controversy about why you should not vote. But over the next couple of shows, we're going to showcase a lot of different candidates for various offices, from judges to city council to a whole bunch of, we have a treasurer, Dauphin County treasurer here tonight, running for treasurer. And we're inviting folks from all sides of the aisle to come, and those who can make it, we try to get them in here. So we're gonna be talking a little bit about elections for the next couple of shows. So join us for that. And we are at our home. We're at Open Stage. Yes. Open Stage is where this show was born. So we are going to be moving around also the next few months, and we want you to join us. We'll be at Elementary Coffee on October the 18th. We'll be here at Open Stage on October 11th and the 25th. So join us for any one of those shows. Most of those shows will feature candidates again as we're moving into that November election. We want you to be informed. We want you to know what's going on. So please join us for those shows, okay? And we'll also have really cool people along with our candidates as well. So please join us for that. Let's take a little survey. First of all, let's see who's here. Somebody clapped, hello. Yes, but let's introduce you to some of the folks who make Black NewsBeat happen. Basir's here. Yeah, there he is, he's over. Hi there, John. Yeah. Hi there, Yanni. John's on sound. Yanni is show manager, helping us get things together, getting us our amazing musical guest that's here tonight. You'll see more about that. Morgan's here. Who is doing front of house tonight? Anybody? Fitz here. Okay. And am I missing anyone? Do you guys think of anybody else who I might have missed? Brianna's here somewhere. She was. Okay. But we might be missing a certain superstar in the house. Anybody? Oh, it's Gibby's here. I didn't like, no. We'll try one more time. Maybe I took too long. Gibby's here. Yeah, okay. So these are all of our favorites that are here in the house tonight that make the show happen. And we're also going to shout out our writers, Maria James Chow. Yes. Marquise Lupton. Maria James Chow of Hair Story. Let's get that right. She's actually out tonight doing a shortened version of Hair Story in Shippensburg. If you have not seen Hair Story, please stay tuned. There will be more coming up from Hair Story. Paul Hood, director Paul Hood, and writer for the show. Last but definitely not least, yes, Marquise Lupton of the Melanin Report, of TCP, and Anchor at WITF. Those are our writers for the show, and that's pretty much the gamut of folks who help us, plus or minus a few folks. So we really want to shout out that team. They're the ones who make this work and make sure that we make a beautiful production for all of you. So let's check in for a minute. How's everybody? Yeah? You guys okay? Yeah. I'm okay. So it's National Forgiveness Day. Yeah. So I still haven't forgiven that braider in New York when I first got my hair done, who took my hairline back about a quarter inch. Not forgiving. So you guys are gonna have to pray for me, because even though it's National Forgiveness Day, I won't forgive her for messing with my hairline. Just want y'all to know that. But it is National Forgiveness Day, and it's one of the things that I like to think about as far as like how you move forward in life and what you do with people that you may have had a misunderstanding with before. So I encourage you on September 27th, there's actually 3 different National Forgiveness Days, July 7th, September 27th, and another one in August. So I think they think that maybe the last half of the year is when you should practice forgiveness, which is fine with me. So if you have somebody that you need to reconcile with, I can encourage you to do that today. Yeah. People, I know, I'm not convinced either. I get it. So, and we also have an amazing show for you tonight. So we are taping tonight. When you see the show up online later, will you share? Yes. These interviews have been amazing the last few months. If you missed the last show, I encourage you to watch it. It was so moving. It was beautiful. And every show has been amazing. But we really want you to tune into those episodes and let the world know that you like the Black News Beat. Yeah. So as usual, we have a great show for you tonight. As I mentioned, we have some candidates here who are running for office. Fred Farrellman is here. Yes. Autumn Fair is here. In for Chef Corey, we have Brad here. Hey, Brad. He doesn't look a lot like Chef Corey, but we'll pretend. Okay, we'll pretend. And last but definitely not least, we have a musical performance by Shavana Faison. And I took a tiny bit of audio earlier. She sounds amazing. So that's going to be a treat. Well, before we get to all that, we do have some stories to discuss. Let's sweep these streets, see what's going on. So usually, we like to start the Black News Beat segment on Sweeping the Streets off on a lighter note, but we do have some tribute to pay tonight. So today, we're starting off on a bit of a sad note as we pay tribute to former Temple University acting president Joanne Epps, who at the age of 72 suddenly became ill at a university event last week. Epps, a fierce advocate for women and people of color, was an inspiration to many who aspire to have impactful careers as legal professionals. One of the people she inspired just so happens to be Joanna McClinton, the first woman of color to be elected as Speaker of the House for the state of Pennsylvania. Many of the lives Mrs. Epps touched over the years and throughout her accomplished career soon began offering condolences. We here at the Black News Beat offer our sincere condolences as well. Thank you for everything you've done, Ms. Epps, especially for Black and brown folks and for women of color. You will surely be missed. So on to a little bit more exciting news. We have a story about a new fashion trend that you just might want to hear. So, a few wood men. Now, on to a modern fashion accessories piece. Have you ever seen a man or woman with a really nice watch and thought to yourself, I wonder where this suave brother or ultra trendy queen brought such a wonderful timepiece? No, me neither. But there's a company known as A Few Wood Men out here making watches for men of distinction as well as elegant watches for women. According to their website, afewwoodmen.com, this innovative, Black-owned company aims to break down barriers, break curses, push boundaries, overcome strongholds, discover strengths, come into self-love, and maintain peace while becoming fathers, husbands, leaders, commanders, and pillars within their community. Lovely. This company was established in 2017 by Chanela Sweat as a tribute to her grandfather's character, a neighborhood man known for helping those in need. So be sure to support this Black-owned business as we steadily approach holiday season. And her watches are really nice. I am not a watch person myself because I don't know why. Watches like stop working on me after a while. I'm not sure why that happens. But her watches are made of wood, so I'm hoping maybe it'll make a difference. They're beautiful. They're semi-affordable, a few $100s, but they have wonderful warranties. Definitely check her out. So we have some exciting news in the state of Pennsylvania. Nobody thinks this is exciting but me, so I really need you to like hype me up, okay? Thanks. Automatic voter registration! Yeah. I know. This is something that I have been advocating for a long time. My friends from New York, my friends from Jersey, and other states, they've been advocating for automatic voter registration. So it is safe to assume that most of our audience here is registered to vote. Yes. Show of hands of our registered voters, please. Thank you. If you're not registered, you still have time. Okay, now you all know how important it is for us to get out there and get registered and act on that voter registration. However, now with the newly implemented Automatic Voter Registration Act, our civic duty will become much easier and much more secure. Our votes are counted as well as save money for taxpayers. Thanks to Governor Shapiro. Thanks, Governor Shapiro. Whose administration recently signed off on the act, which makes Pennsylvania one of 23 states to implement AVR. But not only is this a significant move for voters, this comes as Democrats maintain a slim majority in the House of Representatives. And I heard somebody say that automatic voter registration in Pennsylvania would be bad for them. I wonder who that could be. By winning this special election, this allows Democrats to maintain control over gun and election and abortion rights. So there's a lot of laws and things that we're nonpartisan, but we also like rights for people. So there's a thing. Okay. So a couple other things that happened this part of the week happened actually in the world of media and melanin, which is my favorite segment on the show. we all know Leslie Jones. Who knows Leslie Jones? Woo! Yeah. Saturday Night Live, a bunch of different movies, was a guest host on Daily Show. What else? Ghostbusters, Lady Ghostbusters, right? So she has a new memoir coming out. Did y'all know that? Well, you should check it, a new memoir. Oh, yeah. Yes, she has a new memoir coming out. So I felt when I read the article, I said, we never knew you, Leslie. Oh, my goodness. So Leslie has voiced some serious concerns about her portrayal on Saturday Night Live, highlighting a restrictive caricature that did not align with her professional aspirations. She felt confined, unable to exhibit her true acting range, sparking unnecessary dialogue about industry representation. Jones is advocating for change, stating, "This cannot continue." Her critique underscores Hollywood's imperative to better support and respect Black talent, acknowledging their diverse skills and contributions beyond typecasting. And this was no more apparent than when she hosted The Daily Show for that week. I just sat like this in front of the screen. I was like, is this Leslie Jones? And now that her memoir's coming out, it makes total sense when she's stating that she felt typecasted on Saturday Night Live because they always had her playing these overly grotesque kind of characters of a tall Black woman, of a tall, dark-skinned Black woman. So it's just interesting that she would kind of pull that to the forefront. Her call for immediate, meaningful change is both valid, urgent, and spotlights the need for the industry to reform and respect the depth of talent present within the Black community. So big up to Leslie Jones for keeping it real and calling it like it is. We see you, big sis. You're a queen. We love you. Foster, are you ready for this one? Because this is your boy. Hassan Minaj's Big Little Lies. Ooh. Do y'all not know Hassan Minaj either? If you do not know Hassan Minaj, also The Daily Show. And then he went on to, he was a correspondent. He went on to have 2 or 3 comedy specials and stand-ups. He had what was the name of the show? The what report? The Minaj Report? Yeah. Yes. That was actually excellent. But recent discussions have emerged regarding Hasan Minhaj's stand-up content, particularly his recounting of racial incidents. Accusations suggest that Minhaj may be embellishing, actually it wasn't just accusations, it was his own words, or fabricating these stories, thereby undermining the truthfulness and credibility of his work. While comedy often employs exaggerations, it is crucial to approach topics of racism with accuracy and integrity. So he basically had this interview with the New York Times where he said that he embellishes on his stand-up to the point where he's reaching for an emotional truth and not accuracy. And people had a lot of problems with that because the question is, yes, comedy blurs the line between truth and non-truth, but where is that line? Where is the line? Are you allowed to just fabricate an entire story about racism in order to push buttons of your audience, or what? So that was an interesting conversation. So authentic and honest storytelling is a collective responsibility, crucial for validating and supporting the experiences of all individuals, particularly in the discourse surrounding racism. Hip-hop health. So hip-hop legends Busta Rhymes, Fat Joe, Method Man, Rick Ross, Chuck D, and French Montana are advocating for health care transparency in their new PSA. Launched on September 22nd, the video addresses the American healthcare crisis, calling for affordable, equitable, and transparent healthcare nationwide ahead of congressional voting on related bills. Now, here's the thing for me. Yes, clap that up. So some people are excited about it. It's fine. We'll try one more time in a second. But here's the thing for me. This is like a dream come true for me because I've always said that when people who have their thumb on the heartbeat of culture and of people, they are the best advocates for some of these social issues. So the fact that this many, minus French Montana, I really don't like him, but everyone else, I think it's really an amazing feat that they're coming together around this a very important initiative. Healthcare should be a right. Healthcare shouldn't be a privilege in this country, and so this advocacy, I think, is right on time. Last but not least, my favorite thing that's happening is Kerry Washington has a new book. Yes, that's an appropriate response. Very good. In her memoir, Thicker Than Water, Kerry Washington reveals bombshells of her life, including a secret wedding, a miscarriage, and discovering her dad isn't her biological father. Ooh, that's what we call tea in the community, okay? She opens up about her childhood trauma, a same-sex relationship, an eating disorder, and an abortion. Washington shares these deeply personal stories with radical transparency, offering readers insight into her journey of self-reflection and healing. She's one of my favorite people on TV, and definitely one of Basir's favorite people on TV. Right, Basir? Yeah. And one of the things that I'm really happy about is I have applied, so send up all the good vibes. I've applied to be on one of the stops of her book tour as media. So, I want you to think about it from now until every day until October 30th, all right? So hope that we get it, all right? And I'll be able to report back on that on the Black News Beat. And on to my next favorite segment, There's Nothing to Do in Harrisburg, also known as upcoming events. So the one thing I like to say here in the show is, this show is actually, I want to make sure everybody knows, a partnership between YPOC and Open Stage. Have you joined Inner Circle at Open Stage? Oh, we have one, we have two, we have three, we have four. If you haven't joined the Inner Circle, you should absolutely do that or give a contribution to Open Stage. This theater is doing wonderful work in the community, making sure that we have a plethora, a wide range of theatrical tributes and music and a show like this, right? So please support the work that's going on here at Open Stage. And also, a lot of students also come through Open Stage as well. What's coming up? Exorcist is on the 7th to the 31st.
Yes.
That's right.
Like the movie The Exorcist, but on stage.
On stage. And we got to do a technical walkthrough, like a little walkthrough, and the special effects they have, you got to come see that. So definitely check that out. I'll be here a couple of nights because, again, I have some tickets, so I'm going to be here for the nights. What else is coming up?
Friday night.
Is erotic fan fiction. Yours truly will be reading. It's always hilarious, so you should definitely come and check that out. Very funny.
Not for kids.
But not for kids. Don't bring the kids, though. You can bring the kids here, because I'm trying not to cuss when they're here, but don't bring them to that. No. What time is that on Friday?
I believe it's 7:30
Yes.
In the bar.
In the bar,
It's
yep.
a lot of fun.
And if you've never been to any kind of performance in the cabaret bar area, real fun. And also coming up, there's going to be a Halloween edition of the cabaret. We'll talk more about that coming up in shows. And we also have the hip hop in Harrisburg show that's coming up on Narcisse Theater on the 30th.
Swamp Rat Sir Dominique and Low Badget. That's right. A bunch of other MCs.
Yes.
It's gonna be amazing.
And we had a preview of that. Like I said, if you did not see the last show, go back and get a little preview because they were here. Swamp Rat, Low Badget, and Sir Dominique were here, and they were amazing. Yes. They were amazing. Yes. So check them out. And if there's anything else going on in the community that we should know about what's coming up. Anything?
Yeah,
Anything?
Gambit Theater has a Gilbert and Sullivan
Yes.
show and David Zayas' production of I Don't Speak Spanish.
That's right.
Which is an amazing,
That's right.
amazing play written by a local playwright.
He's the same one who did Curse of the Werewolf.
And he did at Fringe. He
Yes,
did
at
a
Fringe.
Choose Your Own Adventure play. Yeah.
That was amazing. That was
David
amazing.
Zayas is an amazing playwright, and his husband is in The Exorcist.
Oh, wow.
So the two of them together are like a dynamic duo.
Well, I personally cannot wait. So I hope you guys check those things out. Check Open Stage's website. Check Gambit Theater's, is it Gambit Theater?
Yeah, Gambit Theater.
Gambit Theater's website. Check out YPSC's website. We have happy hour coming up tomorrow. We're going to be at Hurston Manor. Who's been to Hurston Manor?
Woo!
Ah! This is the first time that more than 5 people in the audience. That's amazing. Please come through. We're there from 5 o'clock until, we say 7, but we are definitely there till like 8:39, hanging out. We'll be on the deck. It's supposed to be beautiful weather, finally. How many people are sick of the rain? It's me. I'm sick of it.
Better than the heat.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, I just wish it would be like a cool 69 to 70 degrees for a month. I'll be very happy if that happens, especially because I want to tell you right now, I don't know how many of you are going through this, perimenopause can go to hell. All right, I'm hot all the time, then I'm cold immediately after that. Nobody can really plan for that. So just a cool 69 would be fine. And if there's any other events that are coming up, please, it's also, and Brad, we'll talk to Brad a little bit about this, it's also World Hunger. Thank you. Action Hunger Month. I was going to say World, something like that. World Action Hunger Month is what I keep calling it, but I don't think it's World, but it's so fine. We're going to talk about that and about the book that Chef Corey has coming out as well. Woo! Well, we made it through the first segment. Again, I really encourage you guys to check out the different flora and fauna we have in the city. Wonderful things happening. Check it out. Be a part of that. Go down in history as somebody who has really experienced Harrisburg if you live here, all right? We'll be right back with our first guest. Yeah.
It's the generational
wealth for us.
And trust. In this season, it's about to go down. And what we're building, with our generational wealth, is like the third little pig's house. Something that the big bad wolf will not be able to blow down. And we're building enough generational wealth so that it can go round and around
and around
and around
and around
to affect and impact every generation. For we are the game changers of this nation. Continue creating, continue elevating, continue perfecting your field. This is construction, reconstruction, generational wealth. We will continue to build. It's time for change. We need to make the changes that we wish to see. I don't know about you, but all I know is the generational wealth. Generational wealth. For me. Level up.
We thank you for supporting us.
Welcome back. We are back at the Black NewsBeat with our first guest. And as I promised, yes, I like that energy. As I promised, we will be hearing from some of the candidates that will be running for office in Harrisburg and Dauphin County. So please welcome my first guest, Fred Felona. Hi, Fred.
Hello, Kimeka.
Hello.
Yeah.
It is wonderful to have you here.
Well, it's great to be here.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me.
Oh, it is my pleasure. I've wanted you to come for a while, so this is great.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to start with, I mean, I know you pretty well now, but tell everyone about who is Fred.
All right, so Fred Felona, or Fred for short. Maybe I should say Fred of Harrisburg, right?
Fred of Harrisburg, I like that one.
I'm going to claim that right now. So I'm a immigrant from the Philippines. I'm an 18-year resident of Dauphin County. So I live in just two zip codes, 17109 and 17111.
Wow.
The entire 18 years here.
Wow.
So that tells you how I love this area.
Apparently, 18
Right?
years, two
18
zip
years.
codes, not that far apart.
No,
Right.
never left, you know.
Yeah.
So, I'm a financial advisor, also an IT consultant, and currently commissioner for Susquehanna Township.
Very nice, very nice.
And I'd love to tell everyone that I got my start in Harrisburg when I decided to, on a Saturday night, look for something to do in Harrisburg.
That's right.
I Googled and I found Harrisburg Young Professionals in 2012. I joined on a Saturday. I attend my first meeting on a Monday. The following Monday, I walk away with a project.
Wow. Sounds about right.
Yeah. So, and the rest is history.
Wow.
You know, I started Selfish with Fred in 2015, and for many of you here who's been guests on that segment on Facebook and Instagram, thank you for lending your beautiful faces.
I have at least 25 pictures, so.
Yeah.
You haven't beat 25 then.
And yeah, if you don't have one with me yet, come see me after the show.
Tonight's the night.
Tonight's the night.
Tonight's the night.
And this year, I'm embarking on a new adventure. For myself, for us here in South PA, I'm running for Dauphin County Treasurer.
Wow. And what running for Dauphin County Treasurer, what does a Dauphin County Treasurer do?
Good thing you asked, because I found out that many people don't really know what each of these raw offices that we call
Absolutely
it
not.
do. So, two major things that the treasurer does, the county treasurer, and I can tell you it's the most unsexy position out there. Because number one is the property tax collector.
Oh no.
So I'm running to be one of the most hated officials
Yeah.
out there, right? But you know, taxes are not evil. We need them so we can provide great
Absolutely.
services.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
So the aim there really is to collect everything when we need to, so we can fund everything that we need to fund. First and foremost, livable wage for our county employees, right? And obviously, mental health programs, we have a huge prison issue right now. Those things, and many more.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
The other part of the job is is a custodian of the county funds. So that's basically two things.
Yes. Custodian funds collected the property tax.
Yes.
Okay.
The treasurer does not decide your tax rate, unfortunately.
Right. They're just a collector of the tax.
Yes. Also does not decide how the money is spent.
So what is it? So what's the difference between a custodian of the funds and deciding how the money is spent?
So like the budgeting. So the budgeting lies with the other raw officers and the commissioners, so they decide how to spend the money, where to spend the money.
Right.
Yeah. So, which in a way, I kind of like what it is. It's very, very narrow. So the treasurer can be very effective in doing the job.
Oh, that's an interesting way to look at it.
Yeah. You know, there are like 286,000 Dauphin County residents right now. And we're
280.
growing, 286,000.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and we're growing, you know.
That's 17,000 more, or 16,000 more than the last census. So that's,
Yes.
Wow.
Like even in the township where I live in, where I got elected 2 years ago, we grew by 2,700 people
Yeah.
over 10 years.
Wow. That's really interesting. So you're right. This is very boring, this treasurer job. How?
No.
How are you going to make it fun? I want to hear.
Well, as you know, how long have I known you?
Probably like 6 years.
6 years or so. No, I don't do anything that's not fun.
That's right.
Because, we only have one life to live. Might as well make it fun, right?
Absolutely.
So everything should be a passion thing. Everything should be
So you're passionate
yeah,
about being
why
the
not?
treasurer.
Yes.
How did you do that?
Yeah, because it's all about being efficient. Being efficient in collecting the money, providing efficient services online, because obviously it's
Easy ways to pay.
yes,
Thank
all in
you.
one place on one page.
Yeah.
Because right now,
You pay here for this.
well, and I forgot to mention. So the property tax is the main thing, but there are other fees that the treasurer's office collects for
Right.
the county. There's hotel tax and all those different stuff. So, but property information is like all over the place. So,
wow.
as an IT consultant, as an IT person, I've been in the business for over 30 years.
Wow, how? You're only 36.
35. Yeah. So, I think I know a thing or two on how to make things efficient. Using the technology, we have a lot of technology now that can make make wonders for all of us.
Yeah.
So if you're like me, or should be most of us, we have a computer. We have a computer in our pocket 24/7, right? Should be able to transact with the office at your own convenience. Should be efficient, right?
That's literally why I would ever be hindered from paying anything. If they don't make it easy for me, I'll just put it off till later.
Yeah. But then again, not everyone is like you and me. We have a good number of aging population. Pennsylvania is known for, the huge amount of retired people. Many of them are technically challenged or even physically challenged. So I think the next part is really, how do you make service accessible? So the answer is, there's only one answer: bring it to them, as close to their doorstep as possible.
Yeah.
Right? We have 40 municipalities in the county. If we can make it to every single 40 of them, maybe 30 outside the Harrisburg, Susquehanna Township, Stilton area, that would be awesome, right? Now go out there and really do this treasurer's office one-stop shop, or one-stop shop all over the place. Hey, I'm here. The staff is here. Anything you need done, within reason, obviously, from the treasurer's office, you can do it here. We're here today. And we're going to be on that place next week, and the next municipality the following week, and so on and so forth. So really bring this to them.
I like that.
And
So-
one last thing.
One last thing. Okay.
Yeah,
That
even
was two last things.
Yeah, 5 last things actually. even with the advent of computers and whatnot, we're like, I don't know how many hours that we spend on our little screens, or how many screens we have. Still, there's a dearth of information that is not getting to the people, right? Like 100% disabled veterans can be refunded with their property taxes. Not everyone knows that. And I'm sure, I've in my how many years in HYP, there are a lot of people who are willing to give money. So just think, if we can connect donors with people who are in need, even temporarily, to have them, pay the property tax early on, and they can pay back or even be forgiven, we can reduce the amount of unhoused people, because we know for a fact that a portion of the unhoused people lost their homes because of financial issues.
Wow.
Because when somebody dies in your family, when there's a major illness, your bills are the last things in their minds, right?
Yeah.
So we need to help these people. So to me, it is outside the official duty, but hey, we all need to think out of the box. That's how this will work. This is the only way this will work.
Making the positions of the county as mundane as they may seem, work for all residents.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I like that. So you wear a lot of hats. You have mentioned them here. So I want you to tell us a little about, so people know you from your financial planner work with Primerica, a leader with Harrisburg Young Professionals, as you mentioned, and Susquehanna Township. How will you balance this all if you are elected to the position of Dauphin County Treasurer?
Well, lucky for me, if I get the honor of getting elected to the township, to the county, that's going to be a full-time job. Because right now, and I'm sure no one here only does one thing. You know, there's a great book out there, The One Thing, but I don't know. There's just so many shiny objects out there that we all of us are pursuing, right?
Absolutely.
Every minute of the day. So right now, even though the township commissioner job that I have is part-time, there's no such thing as a part-time public service. It's always full-time.
Of course, there's no such thing.
Right? So this one is a full-time job. So how to balance it? And by the way, you know, like they say, balanced life. I don't really believe in such a thing.
You don't believe in a balanced life?
No. In a way that, like, if you're passionate about, like, I don't know, Michael Jordan, did he balance his life when he was starting out?
I don't know.
I don't know how many.
Did he? I don't know. Did he?
No, he had to follow that passion, right?
Okay. Oh, he had to follow his passion.
Right, so you spend more time. But obviously, you have to take care of the things that you need to take care of. If you have family, definitely. Yeah. But anyway, how do I balance that? So this is a full-time job, so I will have to quit all the other stuff.
Are you Michael Jordan of County Treasury? Is that what you're saying?
If only I can learn how to play basketball. I don't. Sorry. No. So the thing is, lucky for me because this is the one thing that it involves money, and I love to work with money.
He said he loves money. I appreciate that.
Yeah, because money gives us options, right? I learned early on that, actually late, that we have to really, we have to come to terms with our relationship with money. It's not bad to have things. In fact, it's great. It gives you options. So I want to work with money, and I'm passionate about technology. And these two things are needed in any government position.
You know why? Because the government is 25 years behind on technology.
Always.
So yeah.
You know?
The city of Harrisburg just got a way to pay online during the pandemic, to pay like their trash bill online and other things.
Yeah.
And that was during the pandemic.
And then, by the way, paying online, some people say, oh, I have to pay this convenience fee, which, by the way, is never convenient, right?
Never.
I don't know why they call it that. But then again, that beats finding parking in the city.
Which, if I don't pay the meter, they're going to charge me $30? Just to pay a bill?
Exactly.
Very big booze. Very big booze.
So this two things, money
Okay.
and technology,
Yeah.
I really want to bring this private sector expertise to the county.
Very good.
That's what I want to do.
I like it. So, last question. Tell me something about you that most people don't know. It doesn't have to be something weird, or it can be weird if you want. Like if you have to sort your M&Ms by color before you eat them. Just something that makes you unique.
When I was young, my dream, I wanted to be a car designer.
Oh.
Car designer. So I've been sketching since I was in grade school. And my first word, actually, according to my parents, was the Filipino or actually Spanish word for car, which is coche. Not dada, no, coche. I'm passionate about cars, but I think some of you here who knows me, I really am into cars. So
You have a pretty cool car, too.
Well, again,
You did.
you follow. No, I still have it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you follow. You really have to go after what you want.
Absolutely.
The first time you can do because, but don't settle basically. But everyone, when we're out new, like out of college or whatnot, obviously we can't afford stuff, right? So we kind of have to settle. But as soon as we really have to okay, I want a Ferrari, go for it. There's nothing wrong with that, right?
Manifest it. I like it. Well, this has been very informative. And my last question always is, why should people vote for you?
Because I'm the one who will do what he says. And I can tell you, like in Susquehanna Township, 2 years ago, when I run for office, I said I want bike infrastructure in the township because cycling is more than recreation, right? It is economic, it addresses climate crisis, and it allows us to bike and smell the roses, not just drive fast, right? So a year after I got elected, guess what? We're massive planning our bicycle, pedestrian, and greenway projects for the next several years now. So I said I was going to work on that, and we're doing that right now. Mm-hmm. So I'm a man of my word, and when I say I want to do something, I want to do it. So I already told you what I want to do at the county treasury. Make everything easy online, make everything accessible, and really get information out there so that we can help people keep their homes.
Amen. I love it. Well, Fred, it has been a pleasure to have you on the show. Good luck in the race.
The pleasure's mine, and thank you.
Absolutely. And we will be right back with our next guest. Well, we are back. Are we back? Okay, we're back. I am so excited to introduce you my next. Are you enjoying the show so far, by the way? Okay, good. So I'm very excited to introduce to you my next guest, Autumn Fair. Autumn is no stranger to the show, but I'm going to let her reintroduce herself so she can tell us why she is here. Autumn.
Yes, thank you. Well, first of all, thank you for having me again. It's always a pleasure to sit with you, Dr. Kimeka. My name is Autumn Fair, and I am here because I am the write-in candidate for Magisterial District Judge here in the city of Harrisburg, District Court 12-1-02, which serves and represents Uptown and Midtown Harrisburg.
Excellent, excellent. So, first I can say you had the best name for a write-in candidate in the fall. You like autumn fairs? Yes, I do too. Pumpkin, sign right here. It's easy, all right? But seriously, you were supposed to have your name on the ballot and you met some opposition. What was that like, and what made you say, fuck that, I'm gonna run anyway?
She said it in a way that I would never publicly say it, but yeah, that right? So I met some opposition. I am born and raised here in the city of Harrisburg. I have been a public servant and a community leader here for over 20 years. And to get on the ballot for Magisterial District Judge in Dauphin County, you have to collect 100 signatures of residents who are registered voters in the city. We collected 200 signatures, turned them in, and then we received notice late on a Monday night that we had to be to court at 11 a.m. the next day. Those signatures were being challenged. We sat in court for 5 hours with the opponent's father, who I'm running against. And after 5 hours, we were knocked down from 200 signatures. How many do you need to be on the ballot?
100.
To 96. Mm-hmm. So the candidate now sits unopposed as both a Republican and a Democrat.
Both.
Both. And I decided that I am going to continue to fight because I absolutely believe it is time to disrupt dirty politics here in Harrisburg. That's the quick version. In addition to that, I absolutely stand on the fact that our community deserves better.
Absolutely right. Amen. So I saw a great quote on your website. Let's create a future where the foundation of our legal system is unshakably rooted in fairness. Autumn Fair, what does the future look like to you? And what do you intend to do to help us get there?
Great question. So what the future looks like to me, sitting in the court, in the local level court as the magisterial district judge, it looks like a just and a fair system. It looks like people coming before the court being treated equally. It looks like bail not being issued in cash at a 58% to black and brown people compared to white people. It looks like us working to offer restorative justice and alternative sentencing. We don't have to be so quick to send everybody to Dauphin County Prison. Our judges are actually empowered with authority to look at some alternative sentencing options. So we want to protect the people. We always want to make sure our communities are safe, that our victims are restored. But we want to make sure we are not adding to the overpopulation because people can't make bail. It's not easy for everybody to come up with $30,000 or $50,000 or $500,000, which was recently issued out of the current court. So that's what it looks like for me.
Absolutely, absolutely. And why, yep, agreed. Why is the issue of bail such a sticking point at the MDJ level in particular, particularly in our communities in Harrisburg?
It's such a sticking point because of the disparity in treatment. That's the first thing. Also, look at the economy. We are one of only states that still has a minimum wage that is $7.25. I currently serve in the public schools, and last year, some of the classes I taught economics, marketing, and financial literacy. And my young people in my class didn't even know that. They did not know the minimum wage was $7.25. And an activity I gave them was around budgeting for the month. People can't afford to pay their rent, let alone to come up with bail and to cover the bail. So that's important. We have options as magisterial district judges. So when we go to issue bail, we have a bail criteria that we are required to look at. We're required to look at the economic state of the person before us. We're required to look at their connection to the community, if they're a flight risk. And so, again, in issuing bail, we have monetary options, we have non-monetary options, and those should be exercised more in our local courts.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, we know what the state of the ballot is. We know that you're a write-in. So everyone in 12-1-02 or Midtown and Uptown Harrisburg needs to know about this option, right? Because it's about knowing about your options and how to vote for who you want to. If you, again, nonpartisan here with the candidates, but it's still a great activation, voter education activation tool to learn about our candidates. So write-ins are a little different. So tell us about what someone would need to do to write you in.
Write-ins are a little different. Writing us in is simple. It's 3 easy steps. On the ballot, and I want to just bring a little education to it if you would allow me. Looking at the numbers in the district, we have about 9,000 registered voters. Only about 1,700 are voting. I broke down the data and looked at the last election. And the last election, looking at the numbers of people who don't vote or haven't voted since the voting process has changed, a lot of people think you still go in and press buttons.
Yeah, you don't.
That is not the election process anymore. They actually hand you a piece of paper and something to write with. So you already have something to write with and a piece of paper to vote for all of the offices. 3 steps. On the ballot, locate magisterial district judge. There's going to be a blank line that says write in. You write in Autumn Fair. That's step 2. Color in the oval. That's it. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. And if you would allow me to add, we are doing this. We are pushing this because I am fighting against a family that has held this seat for 36 years. 36 years.
Yeah.
And then when it's time for someone else to run, they take you to court, which is legal, and fight to have you removed from the ballot because they know the systems. They know politics. I'm not a politician. I'm here for the people because I believe, again, our community deserves a choice this election.
Absolutely. And one more note on that, I want to make sure we touch on this point. Why is it important to have, even in the primary, candidates who don't run unopposed on either side of the aisle?
It's important because people would deserve a choice. Our hands shouldn't be forced to pick the same name on both sides of the ballot. Let the process play out, especially if that's what the people want. And there were 200 people in this community that's what they wanted. But the courts decided they didn't.
Interesting. Well, I'm hoping, one of the things I'm hoping for in our county is that we get more education, not just around voting, but around what candidates can do and who can run and what it means to run, because I think that is something that we're going to need to do going forward.
So we are absolutely working to bring awareness to what's happening, education to it, and then buy-in. We need the people to know how important this election is. We don't normally look at local elections as a priority. We come out for the big names during the presidential election, sometimes even during the mayoral election. But this county office, this is a county office. Yeah. This is the first level of judicial authority in Dauphin County. So that means whatever you come up against criminally, you go before a magisterial district judge first. That's the office that determines, because our responsibility is twofold. It's to protect the rights of the people and to make sure the law of the land is upheld. This is the court that determines if the Commonwealth has enough of a case to bound you over, to move forward. This is the court that determines if your rights were upheld or if you violated the law and you go on to the next step. So we are working to advocate to make sure people are aware of the importance of this, but also how important it is to come out and engage in the election this year.
Absolutely. I forgot to ask Fred this, but what day are we voting?
We are voting November 7th.
Yes, we are.
Or you are voting by mail now.
That's right. And contrary to the state party, the Democratic State Party setting out one that says November the 8th, it is not November the 8th. Yes, I did say the state Democratic Party, very sad. It is November the 7th. So everyone, please go out and vote. Make sure that you are voting your choices. Make sure you're researching your choices. You saw 2 candidates before you tonight. You'll see some more. Just want to say shout out and thank you to Autumn Fair for taking the time. Yes, to explain to us tonight. Thank you, Autumn. Good luck on the trail.
Thank you.
All right?
Thank you. We're out here fighting. I appreciate you again.
As always. And don't forget to vote. November what? 7th. November what? 7th. Yes. And we'll be right back with our next guest.
99 Characters Entertainment can help you showcase your talents by offering our services and bookings, photography, flyers, logos, jewelry, broadcasting time, and anything else the modern content creators need.
Calling all members of the Greater Harrisburg community. We need you. We would love for you to join the YPOC and become a part of our leadership team. Would you like to join our board and get great perks and access in the community? Think about it and let us know. We'd love for you to contact us as soon as possible if you are ready. You can email us at info@ypoc-hbg.org.
NewsBeat. We are here with our guest. I know it doesn't look like Corey, Chef Corey, but we do have a Chef Corey representative here tonight. Chef Corey's coming over with a new book, and it is also Hunger Action Month.
Hunger Action Month.
There we go, Hunger Action Month. And if you don't know, Chef Corey is also the executive director of the Downtown Daily Bread. So we're just going to spend some time talking about Chef Corey, but also learning about Brad too, okay? So, hi, Brad.
Hey, Dr. Kimeka, great to see you.
How you doing?
Exactly. Well, we all love Chef Corey.
That's
and,
right.
I think we can all agree that even though we're not here to run for office, we can all vote for Chef Corey and her new book.
Absolutely, I agree.
Thank you, thank you.
So first, tell us a little bit about Chef Corey and why she's so passionate about feeding people.
Chef Corey is an amazing person. She's a certified chef who has celebrity clients, has run kitchens like you see on TV,
Yep.
but she has a heart for the people. In fact, her motto is feeding the people. So as we all do have our nonprofit hearts, she said, you know what? Enough with the commercial restaurant business. I am going to give back. And she came to Downtown Deli Bread, which is basically a homeless shelter and originally a soup kitchen, but she took the kitchen as manager and director into a whole new level, almost restaurant quality food. And I've seen the food that we produce. It's amazing. It's something that we would provide to our guests, to our homes, and to anybody at a restaurant. Balanced meals, nutritious meals. So she took that passion for the people and brought her restaurant and culinary skills to Downtown Deli Bread to give back. Because it doesn't matter where you come from or your circumstance in life, everybody deserves quality food and service.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, of course, Chef Corey got named the executive director last year.
Correct.
Of the Downtown Deli Bread, and one of the first crises she dealt with was helping to relocate the homeless in Harrisburg from underneath the Mulberry Street Bridge.
That is correct.
So,
she has become the voice of the movement.
Absolutely has, and that's a big deal because we need more people. We had Isha Mobley on last show, who are advocating for those voices in our community. So we're very glad that she's on the forefront of that fight.
Exactly, and we have a new motto called DDB 2.0 moving forward, where we're approaching homelessness, kind of creating a paradigm shift in the way we approach it, because it's a multifaceted problem. We think, okay, we could just give somebody a house and that solves the issue. Some people don't want a house, some people have other barriers, so we're trying to address each and every individual, find out what their barriers are to living the life that they want to live. Absolutely. And helping them on a day-to-day basis, and that's at the heart of Chef Corey. I mean, I've seen her deal with rudimentary issues, larger issues, and then be the spokesperson for, the issues here in Harrisburg.
Absolutely. And so Chef Corey has a new book coming out.
Yes.
And the book has come out during World Action Hunger Month, or no?
Hunger Action Month.
See,
That's right. Okay.
Action Hunger
We'll
Month.
look it up. We'll figure out what it is.
Hunger Action Month, Hunger Month, World Hunger. I keep calling it different names, but
exactly.
Her book is coming out during this very important time. Tell us about her book.
Her book is called 30-Minute Meals. Again, feeding the people is her goal. We're all very busy. We all think, okay, I don't have time to make some food. I'm going to stop by maybe a fast food joint or grab something and heat it up in the microwave. But her book is easy to use, 30 minutes, no more, to create an appetizer, a main dish, a dessert.
Ah.
And in fact, I tested it out myself.
Did you?
I'm not a cook, but you know what? I tried one of the recipes, and it did take me 30 minutes, and it was pretty darn good.
What would you make?
Well, I cheated. I had oatmeal cookies.
The oatmeal cookies are pretty good.
Thank you, exactly. I thought I'd take the simplest thing out there and make sure it turned out great. But it was delicious. It was delicious. And that's what the book is all about.
So you're vouching for Chef Corey's recipes.
I am vouching for Chef Corey's recipes. That anybody here in the audience, 30-Minute Meals, go to chefcorey.org, buy the book. And you know what's even more special? Proceeds from the book, because she has such a wonderful heart, during Hunger Action Month, go to Downtown Daily Bread.
Very nice.
So you're donating by buying the book.
Buy a copy of the book, support Downtown Daily Bread. And so that's my next question. How can we, the community, help support what goes on at the Downtown Daily Bread to serve the hungry and homeless in Harrisburg? And also just tell us anything new that's going on at Downtown Daily Bread.
Sure. So as the development director, of course, any financial contribution would be welcome. You can go to our website, www.downtowndailybread.org, and press donate. You can contact me, and I'll give you my information, Brad Gephardt, I'll give you my contact information later if anybody's interested. But we also take in-kind donations. So obviously winter is approaching, so we're going to need warm coats, we're going to need long pants, shoes, tarps, for those in the encampment, blankets, anything that you think about with warm weather. Volunteers, so if you want to work our night shelter, if you want to work, some of the dining area, whatever, we could always use volunteers. And then, of course, just come on, different organizations now. So if you think that's something that you want to get involved with or something you can contribute to, contact Executive Director Corey, contact me, and we'll establish some of those partnerships.
I love that. So call to action for the people as we wrap up. What do you want people to know about Downtown Daily Bread, about Chef Corey, her book, that we gotta know, that we need to know in order to make sure that we're helping in the way that we should?
Well, for one, I want to make sure that you buy the book and go to chefcorey.org to make sure, because again, that's something that she's giving back to the community. It's a great book. It's easy to use. So right now it's all about the book. Downtown Daily Bread, we appreciate financial donations. So please do. We're always increasing. We're renovating our dining area. We're expanding the service that we provide. So again, we're moving forward with a new approach to working with the homeless population and the hungry.
Wonderful. Well, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Very important work.
Thank you.
Tell me the websites again, Chef Corey.
chefcorey.org
and?
or downtowndailyBread.org as well. And I promise that we'll get Chef Corey, who's much more entertaining than I am, back on the show.
Absolutely.
So,
well, Brad, we still thank you. Shout out to Brad for coming and filling in for Chef Corey.
Thank you.
And we have a treat for you coming up. We'll be right back with our musical guest, Shavana Faison.
Are you looking to broaden your skills in digital media creation? Are you looking to be a part of a great team? Well, we need you. The Black News Beat will be trying to fill various positions to help make our show a great success. We'll be looking for tech assistants to help on set. We'll be looking for writers to help write the show every single episode. Also need digital media assistants. Absolutely need some live audience coordinator. We'd love to open up these opportunities to high school and college students. We'd love for you to intern with us and learn more about the business and get your feet wet with a great company at Open Stage. So if you're interested, please let us know. We'll be taking applications via email. You can email us at Kimeka@kimeka.org. That's KIMEKA @KIMEKA.org. Hope to see you on the set soon.
Well, those are just okay, there we go. So we have a very special treat for you. Please welcome to the stage Miss Shavana Faison singing Real Man.
How y'all doing tonight? Thanks for coming out. Song written by me. To hurt me or abuse me, I stick beside me and hold it down. Show me what a real one's all about. I need a real man, a man with a plan, a man to love me. I need a real man, a man with a plan, a man to love me. A real man, a real man. See, love is potent, love is strong, and love knows when and where it belongs. Love is freedom. Okay.
Oh my God, that was amazing. Please give it up again, for Miss Shavana Faison. Wow.
Thank you.
So,
guys.
I mean, we have like 2 extra minutes. So tell us about you and tell us about how you became such a fabulous artist.
Oh, okay.
I forgot.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Kimeka.
Of course.
First, I want to give a shout out to my Aunt Yanni, a musical
Aunt
producer.
Yanni.
Yes. My name is Shavana Faison, as you all know. I'm originally from Newark, New Jersey. Thank you, yes. Brick City.
Is Bossier claiming Jersey today?
Yes, yes. But I've been singing since I was, as long as I can remember. I come from a musical family. We have plenty of artists, just musical art background. I just love music. It just makes me feel good. And I want people to feel good when they hear me sing.
Well, I feel like that made us feel real good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's giving definitely 99 into the 2000s neo soul. I feel.
That's
it was
definitely
really
a neo soul
amazing.
vibe.
Where can we check out more of your music?
I'm going to be streaming on YouTube and Spotify soon. You can check out my Instagram. It's the official Shavana Faison. We're streaming soon.
Amazing.
Yes.
Well, thank you again. Give it up for Shavana Faison.
Thank you.
Well, sadly, but maybe gladly, we've come to the end of our show. I know, sad. It is sad. I am going to send somebody to hell today. Actually.
Okay.
Today I'm sending to hell. Hold on. Today I'm sending to hell whoever decided that the rapture was supposed to happen on Friday. In case you didn't know, the rapture did not happen on Friday. And this is probably, people don't know. People are like, oh, why are you always talking about Christians? I grew up as an evangelical child, teenager, young adult. And so I was sorely disappointed every time they said the rapture was going to happen and all the adults didn't leave. So this is just more disappointment on my end. And I just want to say, go to hell, whoever started the rumor. That's all. Nothing crazy, Tonight was beautiful. I thank all of you for laughing and learning with us and loving this beautiful music. And as I say at the end of every show, big up yourself. Encourage yourself. We need you here with your very specific and special gifts to make this world a better place, right? And when nobody does it for you, congratulate yourself, pat yourself on the back. We need you here, you and you. And you and you and you. We need you here to do this good work. All the things you see happening here. Do you want to run for office? You can do that. Do you want to be a musical star? You can probably do that too. Do you want to be a talk show host? You can do that. We encourage you to exercise your gifts, to be the full person that you were meant to be. And we'll see you in a couple weeks. See you soon. We'll see you in a couple weeks. Good night.
with your words. You may cut me with your eyes. You may kill me with your hatefulness. But still, like life, I'll rise.
I refuse to accept the view that mankind is so tragically bound to the starless midnight of racism and war. The bright day breaks.